and here's why. Sex re-regulates the nervous system and allows your body to feel greater states of peace and ease. It also allows you to feel more anchored into your body and connected to others. During this pandemic, we've all been pushed inside and influenced to think of others as a potential threat to our health. This perception of lack of safety combined with a lack of physical touch or connection can push you to certain mental and physical extremes. During this pandemic, I have been pushed to these extremes, and this is what I have learned. Since March, I have lived alone on a beautiful island, and almost all of the physical touch I've received has been transacted through massage therapy. I would get 8-hour massages once a month with 1 or 2 hour massages sprinkled in. For a while, I just focused on building my business, making money, and growing in the direction of my dream lifestyle. But after a while, I hit a wall. I couldn't stop thinking about sex. I couldn't stop thinking about sex. I couldn't stop thinking about sex. It fucking sucks. My skin started getting bad. My digestion felt stressed. I felt completely stifled. Oh, right. It's really bright right now. Okay. I couldn't stop thinking about, sorry, it's so bright that I'm just gonna cover. I felt completely stifled in my self-expression, and I felt super unmotivated. Although my life looked relatively lucky compared to most people's from the outside looking in, not having my primal needs met was causing major blockages in my system. Hey everybody. Where were we? We're talking about the effects in the mind of not having my physical primal sexual needs met at this time. So what I observed was unnecessary headiness. This shit is getting crazy. Alright, where were we? So the blockages in my mind looked like unnecessary headiness, over-analysis, overthinking things, making things way too complicated, whether it came to implementing a project or creative ideas. It felt like there was just this huge cloud in my mind. And the blockages in my body looked like a lack of motivation, feelings of self-doubt, feelings of not being able to relate well in groups, confusion of, who I am in relation to other people. And the blockages and expression felt like a huge stifling in my throat and how I express and relate to other people. When I'm being physical, I'm authentically expressing myself with sounds, with moans, with growls, with whatever wants to come through in that moment. And it is raw, it is real, it is me. Experiencing my primal nature is healing, and that allows me to bring that same presence to the way that I express myself in other settings. Some of you may be thinking, if you're so turned on all the time and need love, why don't you just go to Tinder and find somebody to be with? It's not that easy. Forcing things to be right can be just as detrimental as not having them at all. Although sometimes I have an impatient mind and an impatient body, I have a patient soul. It is more worth it for me to continue doing the self-work until the right partners appear than it is for me to force something that's not right. Being this turned on all the time has been life-changing. It's pushed me to very seriously practice physically intensive sports like jiu-jitsu, boxing, yoga, and weightlifting. And I've fallen head over heels in love with jiu-jitsu. So in love. It's like my first crush again. but this time it's like in a sport. It's so crazy. It has also shown me how my creative and my visionary capabilities are capped when my physical needs are not met. Now I feel more ready to express myself vulnerably and ask for what I want from a place of complete clarity and presence. I feel so ready to listen to my body and really activate my sexual potential, to practice this ancient art of learning how to completely unwind the nervous system through sexual intimacy to access the infinite state of samadhi. I've accessed it through meditation and psychedelic medicines, and my curiosity now lies in how I can access it through physical touch. I encourage you to tap into your needs, what you have noticed in your mind, in your body, and emotions during COVID, and to follow your heart when it comes to your desires. Would love to hear y'all's thoughts on what has surfaced for you. Please like and subscribe, share the wisdom. Many blessings.